Blex VFR. Designing a mobile assistant for pilots through a user-centered approach. Piloting an aircraft takes place in a complex, changing and dynamic environment. It requires high-level cognitive abilities, for instance for planning actions, processing large amounts of information, storing data in short-term memory, or regulating the behavior in case of a stressful event. Moreover, a large amount of visual information displayed on the cockpit instruments or from the outside world needs to be processed. Few studies have investigated the use of cognitive assistance to support pilots in the context of general aviation. This study is a first step toward an in-flight assistant for light aircraft pilots. In order to enable the use in any aircraft, we designed a mobile system which is not integrated in the aircraft and can be carried along by the pilot. For our system to meet the pilot's needs, we applied a user-centered design approach and involved users at every stage of the design process.
Using scrap materials with CNC or laser cutting machines can be difficult, which results in a lot of waste. We made an app that makes reusing materials easier and faster. Here, Jakob is looking for some scrap material for his new design. He takes a photo of the scrap material with the app to capture the dimensions and to see if the CAD model parts will fit. Success! His CAD model will fit on this piece. He now places this CAD model on the material. He is satisfied with the placement and saves it. As he places the material on the cutting machine, it recognizes it and projects an image of the cut onto the material. He is satisfied with the placement and starts the cutting process. Scrap enables designers to reuse scrap materials by using their smartphone.
In this poster, we're going to introduce the concept of didactic prototypes and how they can be used to foster digital literacy of older adults within a co-design project. We know the appropriation of digital tools by older adults is the key learning process necessary to enable their participation in participatory and co-design projects. Yet, we're missing toolkits addressing this problem, especially from sustainability perspective. In our work, we address this problem by developing didactic prototypes. These prototypes capture what participants know or need to know, but in addition are also oriented towards other stakeholders and aim to prompt their learning also outside of the co-design process. We have combined our didactic prototypes into an online toolkit, which we have been building within our project Access. In our poster presentation and text, you can learn more about the different types of didactic prototypes, as well as the key questions that emerge and further shape our next steps.
Welcome to the presentation of Investigating Page-Turning Methods for Sheet Music during Piano Play. In this late-breaking work, we specifically investigated the two methods of turning by touch and using a foot pedal, in combination with two different page layouts, one A4 layout and an adaptive one. We investigated all possible combinations of techniques and layouts in a user study with 10 piano players. The user study was within subjects design, and we used printed paper sheets as a baseline. We captured the interruption time, perceived usability and cognitive load, as well as the participants' considerations on sheet size and readability. In summary, using a foot pedal with an adaptive layout led to the lowest interruption time. In general, paddle techniques were considered to be more usable and to require lower cognitive load. Thank you for your attention.
We've authored a paper looking at predicting population exclusion for services dependent on mobile digital interfaces. So what is digital interface exclusion? Well, if you have a population of potential users for something, some of those people will self-exclude, they won't want to use that service. If there's a service offering via a conventional phone or in person, you'll lose a few more, those people who don't want to interact that way. But of course, if we offer something via the web, it's going to be more exclusionary for those who don't have access to the internet. And if we offer via an app with accessibility features, there'll be some that can't do that because they don't have a smartphone or access or the capability to use a smartphone. And if we offer a service via an app without accessibility features, then you clearly exclude more people. Do talk to us about our method to predict these exclusionary factors at the poster session. Thank you.
Let's go to the barriers. Go there.
Hello, I am Macaulay and I'm happy to present our late-breaking report with the title Resync Towards Transferring Somnolent Passengers to Consciousness. The advance of automated driving allows the user to engage in non-driving related activities, such as sleeping. However, until full automation is reached, the user may have to interact with the vehicle, for example in planned takeovers, which requires the user to be awake and conscious. Therefore, the question arises how to wake passengers. To evaluate auditory and visual awakening concepts, we conducted a between-subject virtual reality study with 45 participants, in which participants dozed or slept for 15 minutes, were then awoken, and then had to complete an ordering, a stroop, and a counting task. We only found a significant difference in the perceived sleep duration, which was highest in the auditory alarm condition.
Sedentary work has become a significant part of today's work style. and this situation becomes more silent due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Studies show that body posture can be a good indicator of emotional states. This study explored the association between characteristics of sitting posture and stress conditions while performing different screen-based tasks. The result indicates that different stress could induce different body posture changes while performing different tasks. By exploring the role of whole characteristic of whole body parts while seated, and different tasks play on sedentary worker stress level, it represented a promising tool to detect office workers' real-life stress in a more obtrusive and easy to implement way.
Informal caregivers of people with dementia frequently use social media to relieve social isolation and create a platform for sharing their experiences in caring. The current study looks at how TikTok creators use the hashtag #DementiaCaregiver to highlight their personal experiences caring for a loved one with dementia in their content. A thorough assessment and inductive thematic analysis of 447 TikTok posts were conducted. The content under hashtag #DementiaCaregiver was categorized into 5 main themes: realities of caregiving, a little levity, advice for caring, engagement with viewers, and sensory stimulation. TikTok appears to have provided caregivers with a platform for artistic and social expression, as well as a sense of connection and a sense of remote belonging.
Hi everyone, my name is Jorge Montaner Marco and I'm a researcher at the Polytechnic University of Valencia. Today, we would like to introduce you to our newest work, designing a mobile augmented reality application for improving pediatric psychological well-being. We will present this work in this conference in the form of a poster in which we will talk about the motivation we had to start researching in this area. Also, we will provide the objectives we aim to achieve with the results of this work, and we will also talk about the current state of the research work and the future works that could follow these studies. And we will also be showing some screenshots of the work we've been performing and the current state of the application. Also, we will be around, so if you have any questions, you can ask us and we will try to answer them the best way we can. Thank you and hope to see you soon.
Working in an emergency medical environment can be tough, especially when you're in a room with several medical staff working to treat an injured child with life-threatening injuries. There is a protocol to follow. Several equipments are being brought in. Values are being called across the room while someone else types it down in a digital checklist. In the midst of all this, the staff should also be monitoring the vital values on a monitor screen, such as the heart rate, the blood pressure, respiratory rate, etc. Currently, the digital checklist our team have developed requires the user to manually input in the vital values they see from the monitor. However, our prior research taught us that the static nature of the design causes our users to delay or omit recording the vital sign value. So, to tackle this, we explored 2 research questions. How can we design a real-time streaming data interface for a medical checklist? And how to leverage our mobile design beyond the limited data currently shown on the standard vital signs monitor.
Hi, we developed I Know You, a DIY toolkit to estimate cognitive load and actual screen time using a head-mounted webcam. We provide a do-it-yourself guide to set up the hardware and software easily. We collected data from 17 participants to train a neural network to predict screen usage and cognitive load simultaneously. Our initial model achieves up to 70% overall accuracy for both tasks. We encapsulated the model into a software toolkit that can be used by non-AI experts. We aim to collect more data over time using this software toolkit to improve model performance. For more information, please refer to our poster.
In organic chemistry, students might encounter a complex molecule they are unfamiliar with or are struggling to understand. Our application uses augmented reality to increase the number of studying methods available to students by turning 2D line angle structures into 3D models that can be manipulated and inspected. This makes lecture presentations more interactive, gap notes more informative, and studying more effective. Students primarily learn chemistry through drawing molecules and recognizing functional groups. We designed our app to enhance this form of practice by allowing the student to draw out molecules and visualize their 2D drawing in 3D. If a molecule does not appear when the student scans it, they know that they made a mistake and must reattempt drawing the correct 2D structure. When a student presses on the functional group present in the molecule, it is highlighted and gives more information about its purpose. This helps to build context around these complex chemistry topics and relate them to information that the student may already know about.
Hi everyone, my name is Young-Soo Shin and I'm a third-year PhD student at Cornell University. Nowadays, the widespread awareness of the functional law of time in human behaviors has opened up diverse research opportunities for human-centered time management mobile interfaces. Furthermore, design for time management is seen as a potent way to tackle issues of unstructured time spending and procrastination during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, there is a need for integrated perspectives to be represented in a more systematic way to allow better implementation of extant findings. To develop human-centered time management interfaces, this paper presents the setup of the development of the UX design guidelines. We conducted a systematic literature review, and we developed the first version of 14 UX design guidelines for designing human-centered time management interfaces. For more detailed information, please refer to our paper. Thank you.
Hi everyone, our topic is about social music. Social music is gaining popularity, but there is still little understanding of why it is popular in China. NetEase Cloud Music is one of the leading social music platforms in China with a hybrid of music streaming systems and social network sites. It provides a social network through which users can be connected by following others and can post and reply to comments under each song. In this study, we applied mixed methods to preliminarily explore users' motives and the relationship with technology acceptance and social presence. We interviewed like 21 users to identify 5 reasons. Using those 5 reasons as independent variables, we surveyed a large group of users. Overall, those findings indicate that a well-designed social music system involves both social and technical factors to develop the ecosystem on the platform, fostering user engagement and improving social presence and technology acceptance.
During the outbreak of COVID-19 and associated economic shutdown, the demand for online food delivery services like Uber Eats in the US and Meituan in China has skyrocketed, but local farms lost channels and markets to sell products. We explore an opportunity to connect these two businesses by allowing users to use live streaming farms to order dishes from restaurants that purchase ingredients from local farms. We conducted interviews and a pilot study to test our prototype in urban China and found that our solution was well received as it increases transparency, reduces food safety concerns, and builds trust between users and online restaurants. We discussed design implications to promote sustainable food practices in online food delivery services with live streaming technology. Older adults are more likely to face a digital divide due to the lack of internet access and digital skills. What will happen if they adopt a tablet PC for the first time? We collaborated with a local nonprofit organization to provide instruction sessions for 28 low-income older adults to help them set up and use a tablet PC. We found that the recurring challenge is creating and managing a login account and password, which also prevents older adults from using relevant online services. We offer design implications to promote inclusive online account systems for novice users among older adults.
In this study, we use a survey method to understand people's enjoyment and engagement in immersive virtual reality-based exercises. The findings from the study show that people can enjoy and engage in immersive virtual reality-based exercises to a great extent. Compared with other physical exercise form, they really can they can more enjoy and engage in immersive virtual reality based exercises because of the immersion present and the more interactive environment in that kind of platform. The preliminary findings from this study can create more opportunities for researcher to look more details into in this area. For example, in the future, we can compare and contrast the difference between immersive virtual reality-based exercises and other types of physical exercises. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kunal Gupta, a PhD student at Empathic Computing Lab at the University of Auckland, and today I'll be talking about our late-breaking work. Our brain learns from our past experiences to decide on how to act in current and future situations, and is better remembered when associated with strong emotions. These past experiences are also known as autobiographical memory, and any information on these could help in designing personalized systems tailored to users' experiences and emotions. In this research, we investigated how does recalling an autobiographical memory in VR affects physiological information such as electrodermal activity and eye gaze. To determine this, we introduced an experimental paradigm replicating the autobiographical memory test in VR and displayed positive, negative, and neutral valence words in a white room. We found that various physiological features could be used to identify autobiographical memory recall in VR. However, these early results didn't show a significant impact on emotional recall. For more details, please read our paper. Thank you.